So it is not official just yet, but there are multiple reports saying that the Pittsburgh Steelers plan to move off of Russell Wilson and to just go with Justin Fields for the 2025 year. Will they add another quarterback via the draft or free agency? Probably, because to really have Justin Fields as your only QB1 for a whole NFL season at this point in his career is just kind of risky. Actually, it's not kind of risky. It's extremely risky and borderline stupid. But it's looking like they're going to roll with him and move away from Russell Wilson. And back-to-back off seasons, it is reported that the New York Giants could potentially be interested in his services. Now, they were interested in him a year ago, but Russell decided to join the Pittsburgh Steelers instead of the Giants. And you know what, man? I know a lot of people probably don't like this move, especially if you're a Giants fan. But hypothetically, man, if they draft Shedeur Sanders or somehow they get Cam Ward, I wouldn't hate this move. I definitely wouldn't hate it. Now, I'm not sure what sort of teammate Russell Wilson is. There are lots of reports of that him being a good teammate are kind of mixed. The reason why the Legion of Boom, Pete Carroll, Russell Wilson all deteriorated so quickly is because that defense wasn't really a big fan of Russell. He just was kind of a weird guy, wasn't a great teammate. So at this point in his career, in the year 2025, I don't know if he's evolved or matured at all or has worked on that, but I would kind of assume he would. He definitely has been humbled pretty aggressively the past 2-3 years. So you have to think he would be a better teammate than he was 10 years ago. Definitely suffered a lot of hits to his ego. But yeah, if he could be a mentor for Shedeur or Cam Ward, I don't hate that. I don't hate that at all. And even if you start the year with Russell as your QB1 and you redshirt Cam Ward or Shedeur for, 4 or 5 games, that's not a bad thing either, in my opinion. Shedeur or Cam Ward aren't these elite franchise Hall of Fame-esque quarterbacks. They're not, Of course, all that can change and they could tear it up, but everything I've read and everything I've seen from them personally, I don't really see it. And not only that, but they're going to go to pretty poor NFL teams. So don't really expect them to light it up like we've seen from this previous quarterback class. I'd really be surprised if Cam Ward and the Titans were super competitive in the year 2025, or Shedeur and the New York Giants or the Raiders are all of a sudden a playoff team like the Commanders. I feel like that's definitely a long shot. But then again, man, nobody really expected the Commanders to be great either. So you let me know what you think. Do you think either of those guys are capable of having a playoff run in their rookie year? Let me know in the comments. But back to Russell Wilson. At this point in his career, you kind of have to look at him as a backup. I don't think any teams are viewing him as a QB1 or anything like that. So if you're a fan of a team that is interested in Russell Wilson, don't over-exaggerate, don't freak out, don't panic. They're just bringing him in for insurance. So Giants fans, potentially Las Vegas fans, if they're interested in him, don't worry. He's just going to be a backup quarterback, as he should be. And that's another team that is intriguing. The Raiders were interested in Russell a year ago too, and I feel like they will be in the market for him this year as well. And it's the exact same situation as the New York Giants. Hypothetically, if the Raiders get Shedeur Sanders, to have Russell there as the QB2, not a bad thing. Not a bad thing at all. Plus, he should be extra motivated. He's in the Denver Broncos division if he goes to the Raiders. how it ended with Sean Payton and Denver. It was very ugly from start to finish, and whether or not he's in the right to be pissed off about how things ended, he probably is. So to play the Broncos potentially twice a year, you would imagine that you would get the very best out of Russell Wilson. So I kind of like that move. Plus, as of right now, the quarterback room for the Raiders is only Aiden O'Connell. So to have Aiden O'Connell, Russell Wilson, and potentially Shador Sanders, definitely an upgrade from the year 2024. So I feel like a lot of Raider fans would take that upgrade. I definitely would. Like from Gardner Minshew, Desmond Ridder to Shador and Russell Wilson. Not bad. I think it's definitely an upgrade. But yeah, man, you let me know where you think Russell Wilson will go. Do you ever think he'll be a starter again or not? Let me know in the comments. And that's the thing about Russell Wilson, man. When he first got in there with the Pittsburgh Steelers, looked pretty hot. Looked like a vintage Russ to a certain extent. Was playing pretty good ball for the first 4, 5, 6 weeks. And then the last 4 weeks, we saw the Russell Wilson as of late. Just a flat-looking quarterback, man. He just looked like a bum out there, straight up. He just did not look great out there. He looked how he looked like with the Denver Broncos, just a quarterback that was just completely washed. Bad decision-making, bad throws, can't move. Just looks like a washed quarterback. So I'm sure he will find a team this offseason. You know, he's not in that. He's obviously not so bad that he would get relegated to the UFL or anything like that. He's still, I think, a capable backup quarterback. Another few teams that I think may be interested in Russell, maybe the Miami Dolphins. I think that makes a lot of sense. You know, Tua's health is always in question, and I feel like that's a position they definitely need to address going forward, because the Dolphins definitely got torched this past season with Skylar Thompson and Snoop Huntley. You know, if they would have had a competent quarterback out there, who knows? Maybe they would have made the playoffs. But so to have Russ as the backup to Tua, I don't hate that. But you know, definitely something to look for. Also, the Carolina Panthers, kind of a similar build to Bryce Young, but I just don't know how he is as a mentor. Then again, I don't know if that would really work. But it should be a fun offseason, man. Let me know what you think. Really excited for all the news to start dropping and really kick it off. I'm really still kind of bummed out that it was a great NFL season and we left off on kind of a lame Super Bowl. You know, shout out to the Eagles, congrats, but I just have a really bitter taste in my mouth and I just can't wait for this new season to kick off. Yeah, man, let me know what you think. If you made this far, please subscribe and like the vid. It'd help out your boy a ton. That's all I got for right now. Peace.
Second down and 7. It's Marshall. Gains 13.